Kings game. This Ponce La Espina.
Thank you. Muchas gracias. My name is Ponce La Espina. I don't know why he said I'm older person, but anyway, I'm 58 years old. I grew up in this community. I lived on Vice Avenue since 1975. I came from Puerto Rico in 1970. I was, back in those days, a member of the Cipher School. I was, in a way, part of the Young Law Party, but I'm a member of the Puerto Rican Nationalist Party, and I'm also the director for El Maestro for the last 10 years. We're right here on Freeman and Sunday Boulevard, which is a sports, cultural, and educational center. And right now, before I let you speak, right? We are in a big campaign because probably a lot of you know, probably some of you don't know. We have a Puerto Rican political prisoner. May 29th, he's gonna make 32 years in jail, which is Oscar Lopez Rivera. All his brothers and sisters that were incarcerated with him 32 years ago, they all have been out, and he's still in there. He's 71 years old, and they're expecting to finish his time, that by that time would be like when he is like 100 years old. And that's ridiculous. Because if you look at and read his story, he was part of the army in the United States, and he was condecorated as a patriot. He did so many things or whatever. I'm not down with that, Purple Heart and all that stuff. And he was considered a patriot. But once he decided to fight for the independence of Puerto Rico, now he's a terrorist. He didn't kill nobody. He didn't extortion nobody. He didn't have no weapons with him. And he's been in jail now for 32 years. About 15 of those years have been in solitary confinement, which means a little room, be there by himself for 15 years. Can you imagine? So it's about time that this brother comes home. So for those of you that like to participate in parades, Puerto Rican Day Parade and all that stuff, in June 2nd, we're going to be at the Bronx Parade at 11 o'clock, and there's a big contingent that's going to be there, cultural groups. There's a whole lot of organizations that are going to be down with that. June 2nd, in Grand Campus. And talking about the other parade, I just want to let you know that in case that you haven't read on Facebook or whatever, they have a big campaign now in the parade about Coors Light with the Puerto Rican flag. You have to say no to that. And no Papote and some of the guys in Facebook, they've been writing on that. I mean, we can't allow that. Because the next thing that they're going to do is they're going to put a Puerto Rican woman, a patriot or whatever, without clothes, or saying it's a prostitute or whatever. It's not, it's a lack of respect. Es una falta de respeto bien grande. Y nosotros no podemos permitir eso. La bandera de Puerto Rico costó sangre. The flag of Puerto Rico, a lot of people went to jail for that flag. A lot of people died for that flag. And it's alright, I understand people drink, people smoke, people do whatever, and you do that. But to disrespect a flag like that, we can't allow that. And the Puerto Rican Day Parade, the big Puerto Rican Day Parade, the national Puerto Rican Parade, a lot of those people that are behind the scenes, they are not even Puerto Ricans. Like the guy that is behind all these things, his name is Carlos Velázquez. He's a Colombian guy. I know him in the 1970s at Hostos Community College. He's a multi-millionaire. Excuse the language, but he don't give a fuck about the Puerto Rican community. But we have to give a fuck. We have to care. We have, if we say we respect Don Pedro, we respect whoever our ancestors, not only Puerto Rican, because there were a lot of Dominicans also that participated in the construction of our Puerto Rican flags. We have to say no. So if you go into the parade, or you plan to go to that big parade, you have to let these people know that we're not going to allow, for Coors Light to have the Puerto Rican flag there. If they want to put Santa Claus, if they want to put, whatever other stuff that they want to do, it's okay. But not us. Puerto Rican Day Parade being, I forgot how many years now, but it's one of the oldest parades in the city, and it's the biggest one. But it costs a lot of work to do that parade, because during the times of the young lords and all that, we had to take the streets, because there was many times that they didn't let us march down Fifth Avenue. And now they're telling us we could march, but we have to allow them to do whatever they want to do with our music, with our flag and all that. We have to say no. And again, we have to respect our music with this bomba, plena, salsa, whatever it is. But we have to respect our history. We have to respect our flag, our values. We might disagree in religion. We might disagree in many different things. But we have one flag that you people know. Of course, there's another flag that we call the Lattice flag. But there's a flag this flag that we're talking about, many people have died in the army. Many people have died in many places. There have been a lot of bloodshed over this flag. There's a brother that's doing 32 years for this flag, and we're going to allow these guys to put it in a Coors Light bottle or a Coors Light can. We have to say no. We have to say no. You could drink Coors Light, okay? Don't get me wrong, but or Heineken or Corona, Medalla, whatever you want, but don't allow these guys to continue putting the Puerto Rican flag in that can. Because if we allow that, then there are going to be other things coming in, for next year in the parade. 2 years ago, I think it was, they put something in Borikemetics, but what they was really meaning was emborrachate, get drunk, and if you want to get drunk, you don't need the parade to get drunk. I think that you go down the parade, you go there, to protest, that we need more education, that we need jobs. That's what we're talking about, that we need better housing. That's what you be marching on the parade. And of course, having your music, your bomba, your plena, and whatever, retumbando por todas esas calles de la Quinta Avenida, but with your spirit up, que nadie te ha faltado, nadie te ha violado el derecho que tú tienes de tener una bandera libre y soberana. And with this, le doy permiso, como dice él, that he better be good. Le doy permiso para que hable.
We bring up Kike Cruz.
Came all the way from Southern Cali, got here last night, and I came here just to be here for this. There's a piece of tape on here. Get that up. All right. So you can run that. I wanted to do the anthem for Borikemetics. Check it out, yo. Bucka. Yeah. Yo, my name is Kike Cruz. I represent Borikemetics. Borikemetics. Where you at, yo? So do it like this, yo. Borikemetics, the new science that we're dealing with. It ain't kindness we killing with. Borikemetics, we analyze and think critical, whether religious, historical, political. Yo, false ideology, exposing lies with no apologies. Yeah, yo, the main objective is to bail, but first we gotta bang on the piece, the drill. So everybody here wants to know what Borikemetics is about. We're a Puerto Rico Education Council. We're intellectuals, we're artists, we're regular people, and we come together and we build on what it is to be Boricua. You know what I'm saying? And we deal with all kinds of things. We talk about religion, we talk about the history of Puerto Rico. We talk about how we got to be here, where we are right now. And we just build, you know what I'm saying? It's a cousinhood. Yo, Borikemetics, the new science that we're dealing with. It ain't kindness we're dealing with. Borikemetics, We analyze and think critical, whether religious, historic, or political. Yo, we smashing false ideologies, exposing lies with no apologies. Yo, the main objective is to build, but first we gotta bang on the beats, you know the drill. Yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that came out here, so y'all can see what it is that we're doing. We openly embrace everybody, you know what I'm saying? We're all inclusive. And no matter what religion you claim, what political ideology you adhere to, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? We're Boricuas here. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're building on. And by Ponce right here, you know, I'll just let you take it from here, man. You know, there's more to come, so check it out.
All right, thank you. Let's hear it for Geek Cruz coming in from Borikemetics. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, we got a tribute song that we're doing here. The same gentleman that Ponce Lespina was talking about, which is named Oscar Lopez Rivera. That, you know, basically he's locked up for being a proud Boricua. Like, you know what I'm talking about? I mean, picture that. That you preach about your proudness and you bring it to the community. Communities react in different ways, man. And you know, the bottom line is that the old man didn't kill nobody, he didn't lie, he didn't steal, he didn't cheat, he didn't murder nobody, he didn't rape no babies. And you know, he's in a place 32 years with the worst of the worst of society because he was a proud Boricua. You know, we can't have that, you know what I mean? And we're gonna protest to get him out of prison so that he can spend at least the last few years of his life with his grandchildren, you know what I'm saying? So with that, my man 730 right here, yo, pop it off, 7.
They won't let my family post bail. I'm a prisoner of politics, and now the only freedom that I know is hell. The revolution won't be televised. Only the lies they telling us is the lies they selling us to buy, but not me. This is for Puerto Rico in case they forgot me because of their brainwashing. Media and paparazzi, they could have shot me, but they didn't. They threw me into prison. Cut off from anybody that will listen. Well, I picture up with terrorism, but that ain't the truth, man. I ain't blow up shit or try to assassinate true, man. When I say free, y'all say Oscar. Free, Oscar. Free, Oscar. When I say free, y'all say Oscar. Free, Oscar. Free, Oscar. When I say free, y'all say Oscar. Free, Oscar. Free, Oscar. When I say free, y'all say Oscar. Free, Oscar. I can't hear you. When I say free, y'all say Oscar. Free, Oscar. Free, Oscar. All right, thank you, Borikemetics.
I gotta just get some of my points together over here. A couple of people are running late, but give me a few and we'll be back with you. All right.